What's up, folks? Welcome back to 802 Garage. I'm going to warn you right now, this video is basically going to be a rant. But in exchange for having clicked on this video, since I know it's not going to be some YouTube algorithm banger, I am going to give you a preview of this car, my JDM EJ205 swapped 2001 Impreza 2.5 RS. So it is basically a WRX swapped GC8 as it were, except this is actually a GC6 because it came with a 2.5. Anyways, my basic point is I want to talk to you about this car. I had other videos planned for tonight, but the problem is I only got done working on this at about 9 p.m. I'm going to talk about just how awful it has been to work on this thing because I bought a pile of junk. What else is new? And because it's so late, I just don't really have the time to edit any of the videos I wanted to. So instead, you're going to get this rant and this preview, and I really appreciate y'all for coming and all the comments lately in support of the daily videos. So thank you very much, and also do check out the channel Monkey Wrenching. He's been doing daily videos with me and been doing an awesome job. He's really killing it. So I also am filming this video. The first video filmed entirely on my new GoPro Hero 8. I just made a video on that. And I know it's not the best in super low light. We figured that out in the test. So I am going to use this, my Astro Tools flashlight, to help me out. I'm going to kind of hold it up like this. And if you guys haven't tried one of these out, I highly recommend them. Astro Tools actually sent this to me just to be kind because I told them they should help out another person, Haywire_IE on Instagram. He does awesome wiring. So go check him out. And Astro Tools was like, we're going to send you a light because you're a good friend. And I love this thing. I'm going to put a link down in the description if you want to check them out. They are kind of pricey, but I know a lot of people just love them, and this magnet is super strong. Don't really care about the paint on this car because it's junk. But yeah, and my friend Josh at VGAPR Garage loves these things too. He's got like 3 of them, and he does a lot more professional mechanic work than I do. So go check him out. Link in the description. The Astro Tools lights are awesome. So let's get right into it. I am going to tell you a little bit more about this car, but basically what I was working on today was right under here. This subframe. And you can probably tell it's not in the best nick, as the British would say. And it has just been such a massive pain taking this thing out. And I have been filming the entire thing, by the way. This is all rust just off of that car. I've been filming everything, and you are going to get a full video of this basically Impreza rear end restoration. But so these are all the parts that are going in. A repainted subframe. This one is from a GD chassis, so the diff bolts in with a mustache bar instead of being solid mounted to that thing with bushings, which, by the way, I'll get to that in a second. I've got repainted and sort of refurbished knuckles and hubs, and I've got the trailing arms and the lateral links and even the dreaded lateral link bolts. So it's all going to look really awesome. The problem is this car itself is kind of junk, but I'm going to do a full video on that at some point. And so speaking of, these are the bushings that these bolts go through into the diff, and even cutting the crap out of them and hammering on them and everything, these bolts won't come out of the bushings. So I still got more work to do, which is why I had to drop the diff with the entire subframe instead of taking them out one piece at a time, which made it more of a pain. And also, this old skid plate is completely just fused between the diff and the subframe, so that wouldn't come out. So I had to literally bend it out of the way to take out the carrier bolts for this T-frame. And then here's what was really fun. All that I had left to do today, the only thing was 2 bolts on the subframe, and I probably spent, I don't even know, a total of 3 or 4 hours dropping this frame with 2 bolts because I got that bolt loose in that corner over there, and then I got that bolt loose, and that one came out easy. That one refroze and then snapped the captive nut inside of the frame. So now I have to cut up the frame right there and re-weld in that captive nut. It's gonna be awesome. But this car is kind of junk anyway. And then I got it to drop, and it wouldn't come out of the T-frame because that uses these weird strap bolts. And you'll see I had to cut back there and cut out one of the strap bolts. Instead, it's supposed to come out like this, and I had to cut off the top of one of those because it was also fused into the diff. So the bottom line is this thing has just been heinously fun, just amazing. And you can see how completely and utterly trashed these hubs and knuckles are. And also, obviously, there really is not much left of that subframe. It's incredibly dangerous, and I still don't know if the seller actually knew how bad it was when he sold it to me. I knew it had some rust. I had no idea it was that bad. That was my bad. I did know about almost every problem with this car when I bought it about the rust that it has. It is definitely worse in areas than I thought, and there's some areas of like frame rust that I've never seen on an Impreza like this. But that subframe, I didn't stick my head under the right way and I missed it, and that was my bad. So yeah, that's an absolute mess. Leave comments below on how this car should have gone to the junkyard. It is pretty though. I mean, you've all seen it on Instagram and you've seen me talk about it a little bit, and the car looks awesome. It's every bit my dream car from the outside, other than maybe not my favorite color. But I've always wanted a turbo GC8. I'm hoping to still import a real GC8 someday. You can see there's some kind of poor paintwork here, paint run there. Quarters have been replaced. There's more rust down in there. But now, basically, as a thank you for sticking around and listening to my rant, because I really did want to vent about this, and I didn't want to do a live stream yet. But by the way, I upgraded my internet, so the next live stream is going to be lit. All right, you know. But yeah, I mean, this side of the car looks okay too, but it's all a lie, other than I hate this. This is like got to be my least favorite thing about the car. Like, why? Why would you do this? And also, let me show you another really funny thing about this car. The guy told me it had a rotted filler tube, which is pretty normal for them to rot out down there and then like leak gas. This one did something else really fun. I put this in here, by the way, and I've never seen this on well, most cars, but on a Subaru. Look at all the junk in there. And then you can see where it actually rotted out is up here. Sorry about the lighting, but up in here, it got a hole in the top. So dust would get kicked up by the wheels, go up in there, and then go directly into the gas tank. So that was an awesome surprise. You can see some built up right there, actually some sand just sitting in there. Super cool, super awesome. So I do have a new filler tube for this thing as well, and that will get replaced. But so like I said, as a thank you for coming to watch this video, let's talk about the good stuff with this car, the really cool stuff. And I'll even give you a preview of some parts that I bought for this, because I'm so dumb I even bought parts for a car that should actually be being parted out. But you're going to love it. Anyway, let me grab my light again. Thank you, Astro Tools, once again. Oh, I really love this light. It's the most useful light I have for sure. So first good thing, it has STI seats. These are from a like late model STI, like 08 to 11, I believe. STI, which is pretty cool. Tomei shift knob, which is worth, you know, a couple dollars, nothing huge. And it does have a Momo steering wheel, which would be from a WRX as well, but an earlier one. WRX floor mats, who really cares? This is just a towel, by the way. I put this here, although there has been a mouse in here. Ooh, gross. They always find their ways into cars. I don't know, but we got lots of mice out here. It's got a real carbon fiber gauge pod. It came with a boost gauge. Lots of good stuff. You can see there's more parts back here for it. A lot of it's just brake parts, but also some cool stuff. There's the filling neck. But let's get into the real good stuff. The real good stuff. Whew. It's a little bit chilly out here, folks. You ready for the big reveal? You can see a little... Ta-da! So here's what we got. This is a JDM EJ205, and those of you who know Subaru pretty well will pretty quickly recognize something strange, which is this coil pack on top. You think, you know, that's weird for a turbo engine, and that's because this is the first version of the EJ205. For EJ20s, they went EJ20G, which went until like 1995 or 6, and then the EJ20K, which was 97 and 98, I believe, and then the EJ205, which was 99 to 01 with the coil pack, and then after that they went to the coil on plug. The SDI engines were coil on plug even before that, but so kind of cool. And obviously this really gross air filter. I actually have two new air filters I can use with that. One of them is an AEM dry flow, and one of them is a big green filter that I got at the Vermont Sports Car Meet. But you can see right there, Turbski, got a little semi-divorced wastegate downpipe. It's just got a stock blow-off valve right now, but I actually am planning to take the Turbo Smart probably from the automatic 2002 WRX and put it on this, because that thing sounds awesome. But this car, I mean, it sounds great. I could start it, I guess, because it's not missing anything. It just doesn't have the exhaust on it. I mean, it's worth a shot, right? Why not? I think I hear a mouse somewhere. Let me just think real quick and make sure there's no reason I shouldn't be able to start this. I don't have any of the gas components disconnected. None of this subframe stuff should matter. As long as it's in neutral. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's start it. So I'm gonna set you up out here and we'll get you a little cold start of my EJ205. WRX, because why not, right? Yeah, that's good enough. We're gonna hope nothing goes wrong. Now the exhaust is right here on the ground next to my feet, so this is gonna be heinously loud. But let's do it anyway. We're in neutral. I can't hit the brakes because the brakes are not connected. Smart me. Alright, so we're going to let that warm up for a second, then I'll give you a couple revs. It's just like Subaru angry right now. It doesn't even have Subaru verbal. Oh, I'm getting smoked out of here. But yeah, that's the car, folks. It's pretty cool. It's been a pain in my bum. I've got all the new subframe parts to put it in, and then I can drive it again and do a proper intro video for it. But like I said, since I know a lot of the, shall we say, subscribers who are just around aren't even going to click on this video, they won't get to see. But anybody who came to watch the rant, I don't know, I feel like this is a pretty cool preview of a pretty cool car. I got a really good price on it, and the bottom line is that I paid for it what I knew I could get out of it in parts. You know, stuff like this. This white line sway bar kit came with it, and that alone is like 350 bucks. I believe that's a pseudo exhaust that's not on the car. It came with 05 WRX wheels and some BF Goodrich performance tires. It's got the front white line sway bar too, you know, those STI seats, some other goodies. Oh, and I do have a couple parts for it as well, and I'll talk about that in just a second after I give it some little baby revs, and then we'll close out the video. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, that's insanely loud right now, but it still sounds super good, not gonna lie. Hopefully you could hear the turbo whistle and stuff on the GoPro audio. But yeah, sounds proper Subaru, much meaner than a 2-liter should, right? So here's the other cool stuff. This is just a intercooler blow-off valve, recirc valve gasket. This is a fake HKS $30 blow-off valve for that, because the stock valve, well, actually, the problem is that this intercooler, let me show you real quick, is beat to crap. It's just trashed. And also, I do want to do something about this exhaust, but I don't know if you can see this real well, but every single fin basically is bent. It's black. It's got this bad tape job on it. I'm not digging it. So that's why I ended up going with something pretty cool. And I bought this a little while ago. I don't even know if I can really show it to you because it's all wrapped up. But we'll give you a little sneaky peeky anyway. This is, maybe you can barely see that. It is a 08 Plus STI intercooler. So it's the biggest STI intercooler that Subaru has made. It's supposed to be about 20% larger than the pre-08 STI intercooler, I guess. And the thing is, that uses a different blow-off valve flange than the pre-02 WRX intercooler. So that's why I can't use that recirc valve anyways. And I may either take the Turbo Smart from the automatic WRX or use this fake HKS, or both and do a comparison and see which I like better. But the car sounds awesome while you're driving it. More on that later. I will do a proper intro on it. I know it might seem kind of counterintuitive that making a rant video like this is faster than editing something I already have filmed, but trust me, it is. I have a lot of like unboxing stuff and shout out stuff, road trip, the installs of the lights, but it's like all stuff that when I go to edit it takes several hours to make it a quality video. So for now, you get this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it all the way to the end, as usual, just, I don't know, let me know. Tell me how you think the Subaru sounds, or if you enjoyed this video at all down below. Thank you so much for watching 802 Garage. If by chance you are new here, please subscribe. If you're new here or not, please like the video if you enjoyed it. Otherwise, I really appreciate you all a whole bunch. That's all, folks. Catch you very soon on 802 Garage.